Thanks for tuning in to the Urban School Podcast. Remember to like and subscribe to the videos, and thank you for your continued support. Um, I wanted to give a congratulations to the New York Liberty for winning the WNBA championship, the first that the New York Liberty has. They've been to championship other times, but didn't successfully complete the mission, but they finally did. I want to congratulate them first off and foremost. Um, it was an excellent game. Like I said, I don't think the WNBA could have got a better finals than that. Uh, the game was good through all the way throughout the game. Jonquel Jones, congratulations to her for winning an MVP. I always thought she's been dominant all year, watching her games. And, um, you know, my only criticism of her game is just I felt like she needed to be stronger in the post. But like I said, she has a fluid, smooth game. She can shoot threes, and she's 6'6", so she's usually always the tallest person on the court, except for like a Brittany Griner or something like that. But she's able to shoot threes. She has a mid-range game. She can work in the post. She can defend at a pretty good clip. So congratulations to Jonquel Jones for the MVP. I kind of felt bad for Courtney Williams and Nafisha Collier in that game because, like I said, a lot of those calls came down were pretty touch and go. I didn't believe the foul call on Breanna Stewart at the end of the game. I don't think that was a foul on her, but nevertheless, that's where the game goes. It's going to be ebbs and flows, and you have to be able to control the game and not let the referees influence your game. So, but overall, it was a good game. Like I said, Nafisha Collier, I feel like she could have been MVP this year if it wasn't for Asia Wilson scoring 1,000 points and having the dominance that she did. But next year, this was only a 5-game series, but next year there will be 7-game series, which I'm excited about. The season being able to extend the season because I think this series would have went 7 games easily. It was just a lot of back and forth, a lot of blown leads, a lot of these teams didn't give up. Minnesota Lynx didn't give up. New York Liberty definitely didn't give up. So it's just a lot of optimism for next year. And just thinking about the WNBA, there's not a lot of teams like the NBA, so there's a lot of parity on these teams. So there are a lot of good players on each team. So each team has at least 3 good players. In the NBA, if you got 3 good players, they're pretty much going to the championship, almost guaranteed, right? But the WNBA, you have 3, 4, or 5, sometimes 4 or 5 good players on one team, just because there's so much talent stuffed in all this in the league. So every team you can name about 2 to 4 good players on each team that could easily start on any other team. So that's what I like about the WNBA a lot. There's always somebody that's box office to watch, and there's always skillful players, and there's not a lot of lag on these teams, and the margins are very thin, unless you're on the bottom side of the league, which the draft will be coming up in a few months. So hopefully, some of these teams will be able to get better, and we have even more parity in the league to help the brand grow. Because I see the league getting, growing. They'll be growing at a tremendous rate. So I'm excited for that, and to see these ladies be able to profit off the game like the NBA and NFL and other leagues. Hopefully one day, they'll be getting these $1 million contracts. Like I said, their games are very good. There's not a lot of promotion, which I kind of like, but I know it's necessary for them to grow. They don't have a lot of pregame stuff, so they might have a 30-minute pregame show, and they get straight to the game. It's not a lot of we'll be back next, 8-minute commercial breaks and all this stuff. They just get straight to it, and it's just raw basketball, which you gotta love as a fan. But in order for them to grow, of course, they have to get more promotions, and it'll extend the game even more. And they only play 10-minute quarters opposed to the 12-minute quarters that the NBA plays, and I think eventually they'll extend those quarters as well. Going forward, like looking at the draft, they have number 1 projected the Sparks to have to draft Paige Buchers. I think that's how you say it, out of UConn, number 1. So the Sparks are kind of interesting, right? Because you have De'Erica Hamby, was an all-star, and she's pretty much, standing alone on that team. But they have a lot of young talent too. They just drafted 2 players last year, very promising futures. Rickea Jackson from Tennessee, which I like a lot, and they drafted Cameron Brink from Stanford, who's um, she's the god sister or godchild or god relative of Steph Curry, uh, which she got hurt this year as well. So I think they would have been a little bit better. But as that team grows and continues uh, to gain the experience, I think the team will be a lot better. But they're going to get even better if they have the first, pick in the draft coming up. So they'll get even better. But they're a very youthful team, other than De'Erica Hamby. A lot of their players are younger. Like I said, they had the worst record in the league this year. So hopefully they'll be able to obtain more talent, and being able to develop that talent is even more important, because right now it's just raw college talent, and they have to figure out the speed of the WNBA opposed to the NCAA. So, um, so that's another one I'm excited about. And then the Dallas Wings are projected to get Kiki Arofin, which the Wings struggled a lot this year too, but hopefully, like I said, they can develop the talent that they have and be able to get better. And the Chicago Sky are projected to get Anissa Morrow from LSU, which will kind of go good with Angel Reese. She's an LSU product as well, and she played with Anissa Morrow at LSU. So there'll be some chemistry there. But like I said, they have a young team as well. Um, they just drafted 2 players last year as well. I don't know how these teams keep getting 2 high picks, but um, they drafted Angel Reese, and like I said, they're going to see her develop as well. She just needs to work on the offensive game. The defensive game is good, and of course, her rebounding is stellar. And they have Cardoso, who will work on her scoring and stuff as well. But like I said, she has to play in that off-season league as well to get that money. What we talked about with the Angel Reese stuff. So they have a pretty young team, and they'll get even younger. Um, But like I said, I hope the Chicago gets better. They were only a couple games off this year from making the playoffs, and Angel Reese missed like the last 5 games due to an injury. So I expect them to get better as well. So it's going to be a lot of parity in the league, and I'm really excited about Juju Watkins being able to uh, get drafted into the league. Like I said, it's going to be even more parity, and she has deals with Nike and all these big brands already, and she's a high scorer, and she was just a freshman, but unfortunately they have to wait till they're like 22 years old to get drafted in WNBA. So, that's, I don't know, that's something they probably have to change eventually as well, but there's not a lot of spots in the WNBA. So that gives enough time to make room for players and stuff. So I understand, but when the league grows, maybe they'll change that age limit to probably, 19 or something like they do in the NBA. But, next year I just hope I was thinking about, I just want to see them be on better networks and have better coverage. Like, I want to see them on ESPN more, see them on TNT, having like the, the WNBA on TNT. I know the, NBA on TNT possibly is going away to Amazon, but can we get a broadcast on Amazon for the WNBA like we do for NBA on TNT? Um, the WNBA are already playing games on Amazon as of last year, but can we see them grow and get top notch broadcasters like a Charles Barkley or Shaq? Can we grow the game more that way, and can we get more support from the NBA to help these ladies? We already had like Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant before he passed. He was a big component of the WNBA and helped promoted the game. But they need continued support from their fellow counterparts in the NBA. Um, And after watching the last game of the WNBA Finals, can we get better officiating? Maybe it was just a one-off, but like I said, once the league grows, they'll get better officiating and better everything. So that's one thing. And like I said, we talked about promo and the pay and the higher pay for salary for the players. But I just want to see overall exponential growth for the WNBA. To see these ladies being able to be better compensated and better, uh, just overall better supported for their efforts and for their talents. Like I said, these are very talented ladies, and like I said, they have the fundamentals down pat, and it's not a lot of crying of calls and stuff like that as opposed to the NBA. And like I said, I just love the game and what it brings, and not just one player specifically or any one player. Like I said, I'm not, most of the time when I watch sports, I have a favorite team in football, but I don't watch them exclusively. Like some people might be Chiefs fans and that's all they watch. But I'm a fan of the league, I'm a fan of the sport. So I watch everybody and I'm excited to watch any team play. Whether it be the lowly teams or whatever it may be. I don't watch preseason, but when it comes to regular season playoffs, I watch any team, and I just don't have one team that I watch. I have one team that I like, that I support, but I watch all the teams and being able to enjoy any game and I'm not just closed minded like that. So, but to each his own. Um, so tell me your thoughts about the WNBA and what you want to see the league do going forward to grow and what changes you want to see going forward. And thank you for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the comments, and most importantly, thanks for your continued support.